Hello, and today I am going to be reading Total Mayhem 2, aka Tuesday the Curse of the Blue Spot. Now, before I start, I wanted to tell you that it's been a very long time since I made my last video, and I really want to share with you guys again. So here goes nothing. Chapter 5, Plumbing. Our next class was plumbing with Mr. Plumtree. We have no idea how he got that dent in his head, so don't even ask. I love this class because we get to play with pipes and water. What's not to enjoy? Before Mr. Plumtree got a job at our school, he was the world's most sought-after royal plumber. He only worked on castles and mega mansions of kings and queens. Percival Plumtree Royal Plumbing Services. He was so successful that he didn't even bother with the castles and mansions of mere princes and princesses. He plumbed the showers of the royal palace of Middle Ostentia. He plumbed the swimming pool of King Edmund the Gurk. This is just a small section of the castle. It has over 700 rooms in total. He plumbed the hot tub of Queen Jezebel of South Northern Swatolia. And he plumbed the water slide of King Boris McBoris Boris Swadwedge. Loop of Joy, Loop of Debt, Loop of Roger. And it all comes out right here. Today's lesson was on how to extract triple nozzles from a double nozzle parallel spit valve. Triple nozzle, double nozzle parallel spigot valve. Although it was deeply fascinating, I couldn't concentrate. I just wasn't able to get my mind off the spots. How did we get them and all at the same time? Except Gronwall. Think, Dash, think. I did think, and a sort of thought came and hovered over me, then came a bit closer, then turned into a proper actual thought. The water fountain. We all drank from the water fountain, except Gronwell, of course. Shortly after that, the spots came up. I had to investigate, and quickly. I pulled the freeze bomb out of my backpack and activated it. Oh no! What's happening? Nothing. Which was quite hilarious since Mr. Plumtree froze just as he was about to take a gulp of water. Ha ha ha. I had exactly 15 minutes until the freeze bomb wore off, so I ran to the fountain. There wasn't much to see. Womp womp womp. I knew that the water for the fountain came from the pump room, which was under Mr. Plumtree's classroom. So that's where I headed next, plumbing. I had never been in a pump room before, and I do have to say, it was great. But then I noticed them, muddy footprints. I followed them out the back door of the pump room to the flower bed at the school's outer wall. The prints ended, or should I say started, at the wall. Very suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Someone must have jumped from the wall into the flower bed, gone into the pump room, and then what? And who? And why? I was running out of time, so I rushed back to Mr. Plumtree's class. Just as the end of lesson bell rang, everyone froze. The class roared with laughter as water splashed all over poor Mr. Plumtree. And with that, we headed off to our next class. Chapter 6, Dance. Next up was dance class in the school theater. Theater Sweat Hump. Mr. Proudfoot is our dance teacher and we all love him. He was World Snow Dancing Champion in 2018, so the school is very proud of him. When Mr. Proudfoot does his snow dance, it snows. Always. And not just any old snow, but massive blizzards. When he won the world championship, everyone actually had to be evacuated from the stadium on giant rescue sleds. World Championship Stadium. Rescue 1, Rescue 2. As a result, he is forbidden for doing his snow dance on school premises. Today was exciting for two reasons. One, we were learning the flamingo shuffle, which is really fun. Two, the finals of the county inter-school face-pulling championship were being held in this very theater, and the trophy was already in its place on the stage. Do not laugh at the trophy. It's very beautiful, really. The trophy is a solid platinum face cast of Delia Snainsbury, the first ever winner of the competition. She's legendary. She's 112 years old and still competes, though obviously not at school level. Just as we were about to start dance class, we all noticed a strange smell of sardines. A dark figure appeared ominously at the theater stage. The finals of the county inter-school. Wait. A dark figure appeared ominously at the theater entrance. It was Professor Inspector Josiah Stumpnose himself, principal of Stumpnose Elementary. He had come for the final polishing of the trophy. And as he was polishing it, I noticed something fishy, even more fishy than the smell of sardines. Muddy shoes. The mysterious pump room visitor. What was he up to? When Professor Inspector Josiah Stumpnose left, everyone was so busy working on their flamingo shuffles that I managed to sneak after him unnoticed. I jumped into his luggage box of his motorbike just as he was pulling out. We drove all the way to Stumpnose Elementary and parked in his actual office. I have to say, the smell of sardines was pretty unbelievable. Canned sardine storage area. No wonder he smells of sardines. When he left to make some tea, I snuck out for a quick look around. The first thing I noticed was two things on his desk. One, how to tame and train a snarling jetpack hog. And two, mind-reading scallywag Mayhem moves. So he was the one who sent those troublemakers to my house. And then I saw a bottle, blue spot compound. The stuff looked serious. 1 serious, 2 dangerous, 3 not good. Aha! Suddenly it was all clear. 1, he'd poured some of the blue spot compound into a pipe in the pump room, and it had traveled to the fountain. We drank from the fountain. 4, that gave us the spots. 5, that itched when we pulled the faces. 6, that will make us lose the finals. Pure evil. Then I saw another bottle. It was the blue spot antidote. Or should I say the antidote? Just what we needed to get rid of the spots. As I pocketed the 2 bottles, I heard a sound behind me. He was there at the door. Dash Candoo, you think you know everything, he shouted, but now you are my prisoner. He pulled a lever and a net dropped from the ceiling. See you later, he sneered. I'll release you after we've won the trophy. And with that, he reversed his motorbike out of his office, triple bolted the door, and was off. I was well and truly trapped. Chapter 7, Bicycle Building. This is a quadcycle, a four-wheeler. The next lesson of the day was bicycle building with Mr. Ibis. Before he came to teach at our school, Mr. Ibis was world famous for having won the Tour de South Northern Swatolia on a non-cycle. Look up the Llama 99 in the almanac. He built while blindfolded. That bicycle, the Llama 99, was on display in our school museum, and everyone was very proud of it. It is actually said to be worth more than $40 million. Llama 99, yellow jersey, 2017. Tour de South Northern Swatolia. It is also rumored that Mr. Ibis used to work at Darwin Cycles, the top secret quadcycle factory, and that he was instrumental in the development of early backpack release models. Anyway, in today's lesson, we were finishing off our tandem bicycles. Or we were meant to be. When Rob noticed my absence, he knew something serious was up, since I never missed a bicycle building class. He opened up his TTD, transponder tracking device, to see if he could pick up a signal from me. Rob and I carry concealed TTDs at all times. This lets us locate each other in emergencies. And this was an emergency. Rob immediately picked up my precise location. Stumpnose Elementary. Stumpnose's office. He decided to deploy his warp vortex. He said the password, which I can't tell you, and in a flash he was sucked up. Half a nanosecond later, he was with me. This place smells weird. At first, Rob laughed to see me trapped like this. Very unlike you, Dash, he chuckled. Despite the fact that he had an MRX-34 laser on him, it took quite a long time to cut me free. As soon as I was out, we said the password again, and in a flash we were sucked up and sucked into the warp vortex. A trillisecond later, we were back in Mr. Ibis's class. Nobody had even noticed we were gone. The Johnson twins were arguing, as usual. Rob and I each took a sip of the antidote, and within seconds the blue spots had disappeared. Then an announcement came over the school stintercom. A stintercom is like an intercom. An intercom, but better. All students, please proceed to the theater. The face-pulling championship is about to commence. Chapter 8, the finals. As our team lined up, I passed them the antidote. Everyone took a sip and their spots immediately disappeared. The judges of the competition were professionals brought in from IFA, International Face-Pulling Association. They sat up on the stage and looked quite scary. While we were waiting for the two principals to arrive, I snuck behind Professor Inspector Stumpnose's chair, poured a few drops of the compound into his teacup, and then took my position with the rest of our team. Professor Inspector Stumpnose, Mrs. Rosebank. As horrible Team Stumpnose arrived, the Professor Inspector looked at us in surprise. He could tell he didn't know what was going on. Where were our spots? And when he saw me, he turned sort of greenish. His skin color in real life is green. Again, you can't quite tell because this is a black and white book. If you put on your converter glasses, the book will immediately become full color, and you'll see what I mean. To calm the nerves, he took a big sip of tea. On his already green face, I could see small blue spots starting to form. Our team donned their capes, and the commencement trumpet sounded, and the finals began. Stumpnose Elementary didn't stand a chance. Rob's full grimace with double twitch was epic. Column Alum's petrified triple twitch was petrifying. Greta's vibrating jaw-drop eye roll was legendary. Sharina Ascalanca's preposterous resting sour face was truly preposterous. And I have to admit, Granville Hungersman crushed it with his dripping serve deck. When Stumpnose realized that his team was being pulverized, began to huff and snort like an enraged hippopotamus. This, of course, made his face itch like crazy. The more he itched, the more faces he pulled. And the more faces he pulled, the itchier he got. Result, he won by 17 points, a record for a final. Home team 23, away team 6. Mrs. Zons went totally berserk. She said this is a bigger deal than her winning the World Face Pulling Championship at the Uzbuku Zoo in 1972. As he raised the trophy and cheered, out of the corner of my eye I saw Professor Inspector Stumpnose storming out the hall in Reese Major and Spotty Huff, followed by his horrible team. Sweat Hump Elementary. What a day. The end. And that's the end of the book.